Well, we often refer to someone going beyond the call of duty as a person who performs some type of extraordinary act of service.
Tonight, Way 31 anchor Pat Simon found someone just like that in DeKalb County. He is this month's hometown hero.
Being a volunteer firefighter in the small town of Crossville has its challenges. Someone has always got to be there, and you're not getting paid. But if you stick with it,
you just learn it, and before you know it, you really can't do without it.
It sure is rewarding.
I'd say it's a calling, but it's something you enjoy doing. It's very enjoyable to do.
Eric Roth has enjoyed being a volunteer firefighter since he was 14 in Lancaster County, Pennsylvania.
It's something that you do that some people would never do, but you do it because you're trained to do it.
He used that training in the U.S. Navy as a first responder, where he learned an important lesson.
You rely on each other because that guy could save your life tonight, you could save his life tomorrow. I mean, you've got to rely on each other. You have to have trust.
It makes me proud to call him a firefighter on my department.
Fellow firefighter John Wall says Eric's commitment inspires those around him.
I know he'll do whatever it takes to keep me safe and keep other people safe.
And that starts with readiness. John credits Eric's daily dedication to making sure everything at the station is good to go.
He's prepared for everything.
During our interview, I noticed Eric's locker there. It was the only one that was empty. So I thought, where's his gear?
In the back of my truck.
Yep. Come show me your gear. His protective gear is always here. So he can rush to scenes like this fire at a pellet company earlier this year. It was a brush fire that could have gotten out of control had it not been for Eric's quick response. Call it his passion to never miss a chance to save a life. Never.
Just seems like this is the all-around go-to guy.
He is. Anytime we have a call, I know Eric will be there.
In fact, as John recalls, Eric had a perfect record of making every single emergency call, except for one. That one happened to be another emergency.
When my granddaughter was born.
The birth of Eliza. Eric had to rush down to Florida right after she was born.
When I went down the first time, she was just an infant, and now I've seen pictures and some videos of her where she's got the smiles, and so now it's like, you know, I've got to get back down there.
Clearly, he has new perspective. And given the recent loss of fellow Crossville firefighter Cole Richards, a man Eric believes is much more deserving of any recognition for service than he.
Everything has a purpose.
Even for someone who goes beyond the call of duty, Eric also believes it's okay to let go from time to time.
Yeah, I don't feel I have to make every call, but if I'm home or if I'm in the area and the tone goes off, it's just instinctive. You drop everything and you go.
In DeKalb County, Pat Simon, Way 31 News.
In North Alabama, there are a number of leaders in the inner city areas who constantly seek ways to keep our youth away from trouble.
Tonight, Way 31 News anchor Pat Simon introduces us to one of them, and she marches to the beat of her own drum. She is this month's hometown hero.
At 1800 Jordan Lane, you feel the pulse of a community's drumline. But for many of these children, it's actually a lifeline.
Keeps them off the street, and it's more than a drum line. It's like a family.
A family that single parent Jessica Jones and her son Fasari have grown to depend on.
And they have helped so much, and he has just come so far.
Fasari's father was a victim of murder, and Jessica just wanted to make sure that he stayed out of trouble and didn't become a statistic like his dad.
It's hard, you know, so it really makes me proud to know that if he's out, he's, you know, being respectful, he's doing what he's supposed to do.
She credits the Huntsville Community Drumline for giving Fasari a safe haven. And even more credit goes to the Drumline's founder,
I'm really proud of you.
Angela Walker.
I would say that drums are just the tools that we use. You know, our ultimate goal, if they don't become drummers, if they don't become musicians, we're okay. We want them to become contributing members of our society.
Angela's passion for the Huntsville drumline really started about 10 years ago when she read an article about a young man who lost his life way too soon. And so she decided she, at that moment in time, had to do something to save at-risk kids here.
I could sit there and complain all the time on the couch watching the news saying, you know, why doesn't somebody do something? Why doesn't somebody, you know, provide more programs or more outreach activities or more, you know, different activities for kids to do? And then it's like, well, what's wrong with you? Why can't you do it? And I'm like, me? Well, why me? Why? You know, I wasn't talking about me, you know.
So this retired teacher worked with the former owner of this huge vacant building at the time, and she purchased it. And in 10 years, 2,000 drummers like Vasari have come through this program. Some of them even getting college scholarships. All of them learning the rhythm of life.
It does require a lot for them to, you know, be able to work together as a team. And that's important because eventually they're going to, you know, we want them to have jobs. So they're going to have to learn how to work with each other, work, you know, with somebody that you don't know and somebody that you may not get along with. You still have to come together to make this music.
She leads by example.
It's that work ethic that got the attention of local school leaders like Hovette Dixon, who now incorporate Angela Walker's drumline philosophy into their own classroom instruction.
We hold them to the high regards. We see them out of line. We remind them that, hey, you have something that you love to do. And if this is something that you love to do, then we expect the same amount of energy in both facets, whether you're in drumline after school, getting that free service, or whether you're right here in this classroom getting something that's going to help you better yourself in the future.
And just to think, this community lifeline all started because this retired school teacher, marching to her own beat, said yes to building a hope on a prayer that gives young men a fighting chance at a good life.
It's a faith journey, and God just has a way of working things out. So it's been definitely a positive journey.
In Huntsville,
So you're doing a great job.
Pat Simon,
I'm really proud of you.
Way 31 News.